please help me welcome Adam Schofield-Bodt.
So she got it right. Pause for a minute, but she got it. Adam Schofield-Bodt. It's a long one. Schofield hyphen capital B-O-D-T. Seems easy enough, but you'd be surprised. I've had plenty of phone calls. People looking for Mr. Schofield-Bodt or Schofield-Bodt. Shitfield-Butt. I suspect that one was intentional. It's two last names, actually. It's both of my parents' last names. They decided when they got married that neither one of them was willing to give up their last name, so instead, they are now divorced. It's been these kind of interesting changes. We used to be this kind of Leave It to Beaver type family. Minister dad, librarian mom, 2 A students, no daughters, but I do theater, so. And now, since the divorce, my dad has married a black Canadian who was born in England with 2 high school age kids, my stepbrothers, or stepbrothers, if you will. And my mother also has a new girlfriend, we've gone from being Seventh Heavens family to the modern family. If anybody was keeping track, I used television references from 3 different decades. So it's good. I've come to realize about myself lately that I'm just a really terrible adult. I'm almost 25 and I live every day like it is a day off from school in 7th grade. I wake up late, I watch daytime television, Price is Right. It's not the same anymore. I eat terribly, which, by the way, this is a total side note, but I've recently noticed that the extra large candy bars that they sell, they used to be called king size, and that felt really good. And now they've started to rename them sharing size, which means that when I used to buy them, I was a king eating this food. I needed extra sustenance for my royalty. And now I'm just some fat asshole eating enough food for 2 people. Still on a bench somewhere, he's eating a serving size by himself. So good. But, so hearing that, you may be surprised to learn that my girlfriend broke up with me recently. Oh, that's sweet. No, it's okay. She moved out a couple days ago, which is good, because we broke up in November. So we've had a really fun few months together. It really wasn't as bad as it might seem. Things were basically the same, because we made this arrangement. We knew it was going to get weird for a while, so we made this arrangement at the very beginning that, if I ever needed sex, then I could just masturbate. So everything pretty much stayed the same. No, sex is like the last thing that makes me a man. For that matter, it's the last thing that makes me a heterosexual man, because I'm just bad at everything that makes a guy a guy. And even the few things that I have I have a truck, but it's purple. I have a dog, but it's a poodle. But pretty much everything else that makes a guy, I'm terrible at. And like sports, I'm not good at any kind of sports. I try to do the ones I'm good at, but that just leaves me wee bowling. Playing fantasy football, which I get into from a show, which means that for a while my only physical activity was watching a fictional show about an imaginary game that has to do with the physical activity. And that was about as close as I was getting. I'm not good at drinking. Little girls could drink me under the table. Which is not to say that I drink with little girls very often, but it's hypothetical that I'm positing they would take me down. But sex, I can lie about. As long as I have a tight-lipped partner, pun very much intended. Nobody ever has to know that I can't get it up without Celine Dion's Christmas album playing again. I'm gonna trust all of you to keep that between us. This is our little secret. All right, well, I was noticing this piano here last time I was here, so I'm gonna step off camera for a minute. Sorry, all you partial view folks. I just want to see, I play, but just enough so that people think that I can play. So the key is, I'm going to give you guys a little tips. You want to know how to play piano just enough to make other people think. The first thing you got to do is learn 2 Billy Joel songs. 2 of them. The first one is Piano Man, obviously. You got to learn Piano Man. The second one is any other Billy Joel song. Preferably one that's kind of confusing, that not a lot of people know. So you can just sit down, you find a bar, like in a hotel or somewhere, or on the stage of a comedy club, and you can just sit down and just start to play your little riff. And eventually someone's going to come up to you. And you say, what's that you're playing? And you say, oh, this is Billy Joel. And then they're going to say, oh, do you know Piano Man? And you can say, yes, I do. All right, guys, that's it for me.